Hi, I'm Elizabeth Reaser. I'm playing Jane Doe / Ava / Shannon / Rebecca. Check out my crazy journey on Grey's Anatomy.
It was really difficult to find Ava, Jane Doe, the character that Elizabeth Reaser ended up playing. I mean, we sort of kept meeting with people, and it wasn't until we met Elizabeth and sort of sat down with her, and I think maybe 2 seconds in, just realized that she was absolutely the one that we had been looking for.
Immediate, I need help down here!
All I knew about my character was that there was some sort of accident and that something had happened to my face.
Jane Doe, about 6 months pregnant, found under a pile of rubble. She sustained crush injuries to her right torso and upper extremity, as well as severe trauma to the face.
What was really, really important was, strangely, 2 things. One was that somebody had a voice that could communicate huge amounts, because what we knew was that for a number of episodes, there would be no facial expression. Yeah. However, there would be eyes. So it was eyes and voice, and obviously somebody who was an incredible actor.
Just talk to my husband.
This is Dr. Karev. He's my intern.
What? You're not.
You lost your ID. We don't know where your family is yet.
But I know you. You're my...
No, I found you on the dock after the accident.
My character has amnesia and can't remember anything. He's very frustrated and very scared. And but it's funny because I'm like surrounded by all these hot guys, so I don't. It's kind of distracting, you know.
In terms of the original makeup for Elizabeth Reaser, we went for the gusto. Once again, it was one of those things that the Bermans did exactly what was asked of them.
I've been doing this work for a little over 40 years.
And I've been doing it a little over 30. So we specialize in photorealism, and so a lot of our work, we view it as moving the story along.
Elizabeth came in today for a face cast.
Teeth impression, hair sample, skin match, photographed in different angles so that we can start to design her stages of her makeup. First we made upper and lower teeth that showed that her teeth were broken off. So we first put the upper teeth in and the lower teeth in.
We took an impression of her face, then we do a cast inside of that, which is a plaster copy. And on top of that plaster copy, we sculpt the parts and pieces that we need to make her look like she's been in this terrible accident.
Once she has the full face prosthetic on, because she has the teeth and the facial prosthetics, she can't eat.
As soon as I got in that chair every day when they were putting that thing on, it was sort of traumatizing. And to see that mask, it sort of transforms your energy, and it can be very scary and disorienting. And it's amazing the stuff that they can do.
That makeup is incredibly beautifully and skillfully put on, but is heavy and hot.
Having 3 hours of makeup in the morning, and it's very it's intense. It's intense makeup. It's a little scary.
We went to college together, so I know her from way back, and when I heard she was going to be on the show, I was like, yes, Elizabeth. And little did she know she was going to have to be in prosthetics for like however many weeks.
Great makeup.
Yeah, thank you.
I hadn't met her prior to her showing up in the prosthetic, and she asked me not to come see her with the prosthetic off. She didn't want me to know what she looked like. And a lot of the crew people didn't know what she looked like for weeks and weeks, because she would sort of stealth into the makeup trailer, get all the stuff put on, and show up on set.
It made it all about my inner life, because I was trapped in that mask, and my character is trapped in this situation.
I had no idea what Elizabeth Reaser looked like, so she had come to finally I got to see her in real life at a read-through, but we had shot maybe 2 episodes with the prosthetics on, so I was quite surprised how pretty she was.
For Justin to have to look at me every day in that mask, like, he's my hero, he was very sweet to me.
Hey, Mark.
She's such a strong actress and so vulnerable that even with a massive, bruised, crazy, swollen, elephantitis-looking face prosthetic on, her eyes are so powerful. What's going on inside of her, I thought, always it comes out, and she's just so strong.
I worked with Kate a lot when I had the mask on, and she was really considerate and sweet. I'm like, in this mask. I'm on the set of Grey's Anatomy, surrounded by 800 people, and I'm nervous. And she was like, you know, she would look out for me and, do you need water? You know, she was just like a sweet girl.
Your daughter's beautiful, Ava.
She is.
She is.
It immediately stripped me of, well, obviously any vanity whatsoever.
We learned a lot about you today. Well, we know that your heart is healthy. We know that your blood type is B positive. You're probably pretty healthy because your cholesterol level is excellent. You're not diabetic. I think the thing with Ava was very interesting is that he's slept with him, you know, and this girl, he's only known as a patient, didn't even know what she really looked like until her face, you know, got better. And so he was just attracted to her as a person, as a human being, in her spirit.
I'm supposed to go with them.
Your people, we don't even know who they are yet.
You don't want to find them. You want to keep me all to yourself. Well, here I am. Your pathetic, captive audience. Isn't it sad that I'm the best you can do?
Ava.
My name is not Ava! You made it up! It's not me! Get out! Get out!
She's very committed and can cry on cue. I don't know how she does that, but very talented girl, and I thought she brought a lot to the character. Rebecca?
When her husband does show up, and she's sitting in the room, and her back is to the door, and he says her name, and you see her face for that moment. Do I get up or do I not get up, and what do I do? It's just heart-wrenching, and just wonderful performance.
I'm so sorry, baby.
She has no memory, she has no past, until you get to the end of the season where she's basically saying, please give me a reason to stay, and Alex can't give her that.
You named me Ava, and I was more me as Ava than I'll ever be as Rebecca. I loved it. I love how she's just sort of like begging him to step up, you know, and I've certainly been there. Alex, I'm asking you to give me a reason to stay here. More than anything, I want to feel like I did the character some justice. You know, you want to feel like you've told the story in a way that is moving and interesting.
And becoming.
We have a very specific idea of what we look like. Our identity and the way we move through the world is totally connected to how we look, more than maybe I'd like to admit. You know, so it was interesting to be stripped of this idea of what I look like or how people respond to me, and to be just completely vulnerable and see how that is. It definitely made me a lot more sensitive to, you know, people who have been in an accident or people who have disabilities or are disfigured, and it was interesting to experience that and just kind of find out what that's like to not be me.
And she has no fear about showing what she's thinking or how she's feeling.
She's amazing, and she's just really fun to watch.
She, as I said, was a real trooper and just lovely as can be.
She's just so strong. Like, that has that great quality of being incredibly vulnerable and sort of porous, but very strong.
She's done a really great job with her character, and she's awesome to work off of.
It was a challenge, you know, which is great, but it's been an amazing, it's been fun time.